We're about to go racing here for round 17 of the season. It's a full wet Grand Prix at Interlagos. The two title contenders are on the front row of the grid. This epic continued title battle at Brazil gets underway, and Jack Hickey gets a steady start, but Hickey already sort of finding a bit more traction on the outside. Scott will go down the inside, up into the lead of the race, and Phil Bodger's got to be very careful not to chag Jack almost into the side of the Aston Martin driver. The top two for now remain top two, but they've swapped positions. Further back you can see Steiner battling with Corp. Those two not getting the best starts. It's Luca Chiapelli actually who's now behind his rival, and you can see Jack Hickey trying to make sure he stays ahead of the Williams of Phil Bodger, while the two Red Bulls 4th and 5th. At the moment that'll be 22 points against Hazard's 25 if it was to stay as it was. Danaman is down to 7th behind CJH. Not the best qualifying for CJH, but already, oh my god, CJH he's having sexual intercourse with Danaman's car.
I don't know what is going on with Leclerc.
Looks like there's some lag going on. The battle for 6 and 7. And Glock
goes for
with the
stupid
start
dab bombs
to this one, and next week we may have a new circuit in Saudi Arabia. If not, it will be Imola instead. Let's see if Aiden gets close enough this time to make a move on Alistair into turn 1. Just not close enough to do that. And CJH likewise behind him. Danaman sort of settling for P7 for now. A lot of these drivers sort of in single file at this part of the race. Block this season has won 6 races, and also does now finally pull over and lets his teammate through, but he's got to be careful not to let CJH through as well, because CJH is very close to the second Red Bull.
Also, he has no battery left, so use yours on the straights.
No battery for the Alfa Romeo of CJH, and I can confirm the battery is at 27%.
How the hell do you know that, Aiden?
Because he's so slow on the straights.
Oh, okay.
I was wondering how Aiden knew that, but there you go, yeah.
Yeah.
Another chance for Danaman to get through on the Mercedes driver, maybe even before the start-finish straight again, because the extra pace and confidence he has. Up this hill. Oh, Danaman has Cena in the wall. Danaman lost the back end of the car, and look like he may have tagged Cena because of it. And that is a safety car in this race. If it's this lap, it is.
For God's sake, Roy!
Roy!
Well, it's okay. Roy will catch up with the back. Roy will catch the back up, you suspect. Glock will have to now start to back them off on the run up to turn 1. We're going to have to go to the front. I'm sure there's going to be a spin from Manatee, but we have to stick with the front because this is for the championship. This thing stand, the gap will be nothing. It will be 0 with 5 races to go. But it can all change in a moment. Glock needs to hold this nerve here, keep this race lead. The safety car is in the pits, and Glock has gone already. Glock leads this race, and already Phil Bardwell attacking Jack Hickman. It's not the start. This one driver lead. Phil Bardwell's in 4th, Aiden's in 5th, Alistair 6th, and Phil up the inside of Jack Hickey. The two Red Bulls getting racy behind CJH up into P5. Alistair has dropped a position already, not what the Red Bull drivers needed in this race. But Jack Hickey crucially ahead of his rival still. Evan has jumped both McLarens thanks to the pit stop for Jack and the slow start for Kieran. So Evan up into P7 now. Manatee is dropping back very quickly. The rain is still coming down here in Interlagos. It looks like it has reduced a little bit, but it's still coming down. The cap's coming down. It's still raining ever so slightly, but DRS is now ready to be used for the drivers, which means it's dry enough for those dry tyres. CJH is 2 tenths off Aiden. He's having to defend for his life on P4 and P5, and Jack Pearce is now on the back of that train. It's a shame there's not more laps in this race, because this is going to be a thrilling finish to this Brazilian Grand Prix. CJH all over the back as Jack Pearson goes around the outside and through into P5. He goes up another position. He needs to get through on Aiden now to try and get P4. Aiden tries to block the line. Jack Pearson will go around the outside and gain another place up into P4. Jack Pearson's flying out there. But there's only going to be 1 lap to go. It's a shame he's got the 6-second penalty, isn't it?
He's got 9 now.
It's another one. That's now 9 seconds. And inside a beautiful move. It is quick enough for the soft tyres. Matty goes even quicker into
Jack's going to end up winning the race on the road.
Yes, he is. Jack Hickman. He might just fall out of the way here. He's only 4 tenths himself adrift of Glock. The two men at the front of the championship are fighting for the victory, but Jack Pearson's going to go around both of them. Around the outside of Jack Hickey into 2nd place. And Jack's now going to take the lead of this race if he can get through on Glock. Jack Pearson has the pace, has the power, and takes the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix.
Come on, seconds, come on.
2 corners. He will do it. This is brilliant stuff. Manatee's up to 7th. He'll gain more places with Phil, and CJ Hayes getting time penalties. In fact, it may even be ahead of Jack Pearson. It could be 4th place for Manatee here as things stand. Glock's going to finish 2nd in this race, but it's going to be enough to win. Jack Pearson crosses the line to provisionally win the Brazilian Grand Prix, but Glock takes it back from him. Jack will get 2nd. Phil Bardwell is 3rd. Aiden just about snatches it, and Manatee may get them all. He goes 4. Manatee takes 4. Mr. Chiapelli was telling him to hurry up when he did just that.
That was funny. I was there just like, hang on a minute.
Oh, why couldn't there be more laps? One more lap, and I think Jack or Roy would have won that race.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got a penalty trying to pass some fucker in the middle sector. I was like, for fuck's sake, like.
Well, Manatee's fastest lap was, well, 3 seconds quicker than anyone else, other than Jack. Phil Bardwell got 5th in the end. What a result it was for him. Alistair managed to get championship, but just by a single point. Both championships are wide open here. Jack Pearson still managed to finish 7th for this Canadian Grand Prix. So lights come on screen, 3, 4 and 5. Lights go off. And we're racing here in Canada. What a start it was for the AlphaTauri further back of Manatee. Good start for him. Klopp already racing alongside the AlphaTauri, who's tagging the Red Bull, and Klopp tagging Alistair, almost maybe spinning him round. But Evan crucially keeping the lead of this race. Does their damage on that Haas for hitting Alistair? Look like they got very close between the two of them. Of course, Alistair needs to stay ahead of the Haas driver. Those two are fighting each other for the constructors' battle, and now Manatee all over the back of Glock, who himself is now going side by side with CJH. Two of them side by side this corner, both going very fast. And Manatee has to concede the position down to 7th, but what a start it was for Evan. We've got the Williams in the background going side by side. Kieran, Phil Bardwell looking to get through on this grid. Of course, Glock on the slower tyres, needs to keep it cautious in these opening few laps, as those on soft tyres will undoubtedly have the faster pace. But we saw Glock was only 2 tenths off pole despite on the medium tyres, so he does very much have the pace on the medium tyres too. Jack Hickey will want to clear Evan and set some serious pace in this race, because at the moment Glock is looking strong at the end to pit for the soft tyres and go to the end and be the quickest when it matters most. Jack Hickey, I thought for a moment, was going to line up a move there on his rival. Lovely shot through the final corner.
Oh my god.
That's going in the season review. What a shot! No drivers pitting on the opening lap then, or single file strategy, which that'll be medium or hard tyres. Aidan Griffiths has made no progress so far. Ollie's round for the second time tonight. The AlphaTauri driver not facing the right way as Aidan Griffiths continues to try and work his way up through the field. He's getting 1 place in 1 lap. He will now try to get down the man who himself trying to work his way up through the field and down the man behind Cena. But maybe not so much now with the time penalty, but still a long way to go in this race. And Jack Hickey will be happy to see that Glock is stuck behind Alistair and Mr. Chiapelli still. It was crucial for him that Glock didn't make too much progress at the start of this race. Jack Hickey needs to set some good pace, because it's going to be Glock who sets the pace towards the end of this race, as Aidan now up into P11 ahead of Cena. DRS will be inactive for Phil Bardwell as he tries to get through, and Evan from the lead of the race gets a 3-second time penalty, as does Mr. Chiapelli. Not what either driver needs so early in this race, and now Jack Hickey with a glorious chance to win this, still caught for 1 more tour of the circuit. Glock also staying out. CJH chooses now to dive into the pit lane, and everyone else staying out, other than Aidan Griffin, who I think is coming in as well. So let's see how that plays out for the drivers. Evan all over the back of the Aston Martin driver.
Go now.
As Glock gets a 3-second time penalty. That's not what he needs. Evan and Glock both now with time penalty. Jack Hickey gets 1. Alistair, you have to stay his favourite for this race win. But Glock almost had the race in the bag. I mean, he's 4th, but of course, with the faster tyres at the end, you suspect he'll pull Alfa Romeo, holding on to 8th for now. Looks like Alfa Romeo themselves are out of the Glock, and Phil have dived into the lane. So both those drivers are going to be very close to the leading trio of Jack, Evan and Alistair. Both those drivers are going to go on the medium tyres. Aidan on the inside, of CJH into the chicane. Needs to be careful. There's a Constructors' Championship on the line. And what a move, Aidan Griffiths. Look forward to watching that back on Aidan tyre lights. Fantastic move from the Red Bull driver. Will gain places at the end, as they do not currently have time penalties. But Glock now just sitting behind
Kieran! Oh my god!
Kieran may have made a mistake. He has made a mistake. He's facing the wrong way. Oh my god, Manatee, careful. And Kieran now down to P10. Not what he needed in this race. Is ever clutch. Aidan takes down for P5.
Brilliant. Nice move.
Bain just misses out by a second. It's P3 for Alistair Bain. Evan will finish
Yes!
P5. Down the man takes 4. Evan the moment. Manatee is set to take P5, though when he crosses the line.
Oh, he did get fastest lap.
Did get fastest lap. Well then
Paul
also.
then finishes 10th. Cena did get 11th ahead of his teammate. Only was